Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the relationship was over before it ended. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So I'll jump right into it. You were in a narcissistic relationship. In the beginning, when you entered that relationship, most likely you thought it was one type of relationship. You thought it was a stable, healthy relationship, that the two of you were headed on the same path, going in the same direction. Perhaps this became a good friend of yours. Perhaps it was a spouse, a lover. Perhaps it was a person you went into business with. Perhaps it was someone that became a roommate. Who knows? All these things. The point being, this person, over time, they changed, didn't they? Of course they did. Once they had you where they wanted you, which means, let's say, once you professed you love them, if you said the magic words, I love you, very powerful words, but if you said that to an individual who's the narcissist, that's right then and there when they know they have you. Same thing when you go into business with them, if you sign on the dotted line, or if you loan them money, or if you put a loan under your name. All of these examples, which is, by the way, that's financial abuse, which I can do other videos on. The point being, when this happened, the narcissist now had you. They now had you where they wanted you. And this was advantage narcissist until you broke free from the relationship. Perhaps you got divorced, you moved out, you got your name off of the debt, whatever it was, which is a whole really different video. But the point being, the relationship was over before it ended, because once the narcissist knew that they had you, in other words, once they knew the resources that they wanted to take from you, and they did just this, that was it. That's when you were specifically entering the devaluation stage, or the narcissistic fog. That's when let's take the romantic interest just as a quick one. If you told the narcissist you love them, that's all they need to hear. They don't have to work 1/10 as hard as they did in the past, because they are trying to get you to fall in love with them if it's a romantic interest. Remember, the narcissist can't fall in love. They have no empathy. They don't care about anybody but themselves. But to you, a person who can fall in love, and most likely you did, and if it was with a narcissist, I understand it's very challenging to say the least, but the point is, once that happened, that's when the relationship took a turn. That's when you began to be devalued more and more. That's when you began to really give your resources, which include your time, your energy, your money, your love, your empathy, your social circle, perhaps business. All of these things you gave them to the narcissist because you believed that the narcissist was in love with you. Now keep in mind, the narcissist was never in love with you. They're not in love with the new supply, and they weren't in love with the person before you. That's just how it is with these people. Again, the relationship was over before it ended, because that was the beginning of the end. You just didn't know it. Now, whether you were in the relationship for a few months or decades, you can clearly drop comments below and share with the community your experience, which is, you know that once you made a certain move, once you gave the control over to the narcissist without even knowing it. Example, you got married or you moved. Let's use those two examples. You thought you were in a stable, healthy relationship. Nothing could be further from the truth. You were in a relationship with a person who wanted to extract everything from you. And that's when the relationship began to crumble, began to fall apart. That's when they began sincerely looking for other sources of supply, other people who eventually would be your replacement. Tough pill to swallow, but it's real. Keep this in mind. The narcissist needs new shiny objects. They need new people. They need new things. That's why they're always on the go. That's why they're always busy. That's why they're always going here, there, everywhere. That's why they can't sit still. That's why they have multiple smartphones. That's why they're all over social media. That's why they're on dating apps. That's why they can't maintain stable long-term relationships. And again, I'll just preface this. Many people say, well, wait a minute, the narcissists I know, they have a lot of long-term friends. That's very well may be true. But the long-term friends, think about it. Do the long-term friends, do they spend a lot of quality time with the narcissist? I doubt it. And one of two things is happening there. If the long-term friends are friends of the narcissist, either one, they don't know that the narcissist is in fact a narcissist. They will figure it out eventually, trust me. Or number two, they do know that something's off with this person, but they are just keeping off the radar because they don't want to be the next target. Keep this in mind. The narcissist always has a target. They always have people that they are secretly trying to crush. They're secretly trying to extract. Again, let's say you're divorcing the narcissist. How did that go? Did it go swimmingly? Of course it didn't. The narcissist wanted all of your assets, or more than you wanted, how do I say this? They wanted more than you were to get from the assets. In other words, if you're trying to divorce the narcissist, they don't want to split it 50-50. They want to go like 75-25. And they will play the long, drawn-out waiting game because they know they have you. This is so evident. It's exactly what these people do. They all play from the same playbook, which means divorcing the narcissist, and I am staying on target. They want to draw this out as long as possible. They want you to feel the pain. They want you to be isolated. They want you to be financially dependent on them. They don't want you to be able to sell the house or to move forward. They don't. They want to keep you stuck. But getting back on track, the relationship was over before it ended. All of these things were completely true. All these things happened, and they continue to happen each and every day around the globe. Think about it. You're at a function, you're at a barbecue or something with the narcissist. Again, for this part, you don't know the narcissist is a narcissist. And was the narcissist paying attention to you? No, they weren't. They were out looking at all the new shiny objects, the new people. They were introducing themselves. They were looking for another viable source of supply. They were getting phone numbers. They were taking pictures, taking selfies, getting contact information. All of these things are exactly what the narcissist does. Remember, when you meet the narcissist in the beginning, many times they're going to ask you about yourself. What do you do? Are you successful? What are your goals, dreams, aspirations, all these kind of things? You were no different. Now that they have you ensnared, they're doing this with other individuals and they're getting supply from this. Again, I mention this so frequently. They're also looking for your replacement. Yes, they are. The narcissist knows that each and every relationship that they enter has an expiration date. And you should know that by now too. That's why these are some of the most toxic and debilitating relationships to be a part of, specifically if you are in the trauma bond, which is a whole different video. Breaking the trauma bond is one of the most difficult and challenging things you will ever go through on the planet. It really is. But in time, in your time, you will break the trauma bond if you understand what you're up against. You're not in a stable, healthy relationship where two people are working towards the same goals. You're in a relationship that is a one-way street to Destructionsville. It benefits the narcissist. It doesn't benefit you. It never has. And throughout the relationship, you realize slowly that you were giving more and more and more. And what was the narcissist doing? They were taking more and more and more. And they were not available to spend quality time with you. Why? Because they were getting supply from other individuals because they knew they had you locked down. Think about it. The narcissist takes everybody for granted. Every single person. And the narcissist also believes that they're more intelligent than you. They also believe that they know more than you and that they have all of the goodness going on for them. The truth of the matter is, the narcissist needs to pump up the fragile ego, and they need to belittle other individuals and have them doubting themselves and having them not believing in themselves. That's how the narcissist thrives. That's exactly how the narcissist lives. They want little groups, little sects of people insulated around them. So they'll have like 3, 4, 5 different groups of people all over the globe. It's true. And they'll contact certain individuals at certain times. And then, of course, when one of those bubbles blows up, then they have other multiple bubbles to go to, and they can play the victim there. All of these things, the relationship was over before it ended. It's so true. Think about it. Think about if you're in the relationship right now. Are you stuck in the relationship? Are you looking to exit out of it? Probably. Did you just figure out, maybe even today, that this is your first video consuming, that all these things are ringing bells for you and you're getting light bulb moments like, oh my goodness, this is real. This is what happens. It is. It's exactly what happens. It's not until you get the wisdom and you couple it with the education and your experience that you finally see that these relationships don't benefit you. And so many people stay in them without ever getting the education, without ever getting the wisdom. They just think that their spouse is going through a difficult period of time, or they just put up with the poor behavior, or they block it out, or they make excuses for them, or they tolerate it. All of these things happen. The narcissistic relationship, again, is so challenging that when you're in the narcissistic fog, anything is possible. You find yourself doing things you never thought you would do, saying things you never thought you would say, putting up with some of the most poor behavior that you never thought that people could administer, and they do. Because remember, the narcissist is two different people. One person in front of the general public, usually, and another person behind closed doors. And if you're living with the narcissist, whether it's your aunt, uncle, mom, dad, roommate, lover, spouse, whomever, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Same thing, the workplace bully. It's the same thing. The narcissist just unleashes on people, usually the people that are the most vulnerable, like people pleasers or yes people, or people that are the closest to them. And why do they do this? Because they can't regulate themselves. They can't. They don't have the ability to do that, so they have to take it out on other individuals. But the relationship was over before it ended. You just didn't know it. Once you enter the devaluation stage, it's just a matter of time. The clock is ticking, and boom, you are no longer the flavor of the month. And the narcissist, believe me when I tell you, they're looking for your replacement. They may find it online. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's an alleged friend. Who knows who it is? But the narcissist is never satiated. Keep this in mind. And again, for those of you who are, let's say that the relationship ended recently and the narcissist has a new supply, your replacement, in other words. Many people are like, oh my gosh, that person has it so good. Like, I wish I were there. Oh my gosh, what's going on? They're living their best life. They're not. The narcissist is dishing out more of the same poor, toxic behavior to the new supply as they did with you. Trust me when I tell you. And don't be fooled by all the social media, all the pictures of all the happiness and traveling and vacation. It's all smoke and mirrors, you guys. It's not real. The narcissist cares about one person only, and it's themselves. What they care about with other individuals is very simply what the other individuals provide, which means the beach house in Mexico. It means the vacation spot in Aruba. It means money. It means social status. It means your friends, your network. These are all true. The narcissist does not care about one other individual other than themselves. That is exactly why they blow up each and every relationship that they become a part of, including kids, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, neighbors, acquaintances, business associates, colleagues, people in organizations, communities, or groups. This is what the narcissist does. It's their nature. They won't change. They can't change. They don't want to change. They believe that they can just erase everything with one broad stroke and boom, everything's back to normal and let's get some more abuse going. That's what they do. That's exactly why they give you the silent treatment at times. That's why they blame shift. That's why you experience rage fits. All of these things. It's because the weight of the relationship, it's because the weight of the mask that the narcissist wears, it becomes so heavy and so cumbersome. They need to let it out on somebody, and usually it's the person that is closest to them, i.e. a spouse or a close person, let's put it that way. So guys, get the message, understand it. The relationship was over before it officially ended. It's true. It's 100% true. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's reality. And did the narcissist know that the relationship was over? Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Once you said the magic words, I love you, or once you signed on the dotted line to go into business with them or get them a loan or whatever, they knew they had you. They knew 100% they had you. They are very, very skilled at manipulating people and wearing a mask and duping them until when? That's right, until you figure it out. And when you do, that's when it's checkmate for you. You win. My hope is that you have either exited the narcissistic relationship or you're looking to do so right now. But staying in these relationships one day longer than you need to is not the path. The path is getting out if you can, living your best life, closing the chapter of the book on the narcissist and moving forward. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And really understand this. I'm not trying to upset anybody or trigger you. I'm just letting you know. The relationship was over before it officially ended. It's a fact because every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. You just didn't know it. Now you're getting the wisdom. Now you understand. Guys, remember, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, you guys. And I hope you like the background. Bye.